Hello Capricorn and welcome. I'm Adriana. I'm a soul guidance coach. I help you choose growth and the healing of your inner roots. I have an intuitive message for you today. This will look inside at your inner world and outside at the world outside of you and the interaction between the two. I just want to say I'm going to apologize in advance if the lighting gets a bit weird. I'm trying to always keep the lighting very natural in these videos, but the sun's doing something odd. All right, my guides are saying right to left with your cards. 10 of Wands, 8 of Cups, 8 of Water, 9 of Wands. Okay, and 2 of Swords. Okay, Capricorn, I feel you here just taking on too much. This is not the first time that this has happened, but this 10 of Wands card. Knowing that you have a lot on your plate, knowing that you're very capable of a lot, but this time it feels like the chunk you've bitten off is too much. It's a little too big, and you realize it's going to be a lot harder to navigate through here than what you realized or what you had anticipated. The other idea is that you're having to take on a lot more just to keep the peace, just to keep things at a level playing field. And this is not something you're showing to others. This is something you're very much keeping behind the scenes, behind wraps, but you're having to do a lot more than it seems, okay? A lot of the stress, a lot of the responsibility is falling on you, even though it looks even. To everyone else, it looks even. But what's interesting is these are two different animals. We have a wolf and a puma, so a cat and a dog, essentially, and those are two very different creatures. So there's also a feeling of you're being asked to be someone that you're not, and that is taking a big toll on you. So having to show up in this way, let's look at what's going on the inside. We have the 9 of Wands, conflict, and then the 8 of Cups, departure. So there is a sense inside of you that it is time to move on. And it's okay to acknowledge that you have reached as far as you can go in this particular state. The 8 of Wands, the 8 of Cups is actually I think of it as a happy card because it's like, finally I've got clarity. I know I need to leave and I need to go on to this next phase of life, or I need to leave and go somewhere else. The conflict that you're feeling about this choice is actually more dramatic. Let me say this another way. It is less dramatic than what it feels like. So it feels very dramatic, but the conflict is actually not that dramatic. So what you're anticipating is going to happen, or the fears you have about the consequences of your choice, those are not as big of a deal as you think they're going to be. And part of you is even conflicted about being in conflict because you just know that it's time to go. You know that it's time. There's an owl. Can you see the owl flying across the shadow of the moon? So there's an inner wisdom, an inner knowing that has been very present for you in this. I really actually love this 8 of Cups card. I love the sinuous river back here and the mountains, the higher perspective, and yet it's all feeding here, the depth. Okay. I'm going to get another card for you, another advice card. All right, Mother of Horns. I knew there was something about that depth because the Mother of Horns is really a blessing in this deck. She is like a talisman or an indication that you are fully supported and that something or someone is going to help you work this out. This may be someone on the other side, like a guide, or it may be a trusted friend, more of a maternal kind of feminine energy. But that you've got help and support. She's even looking straight at this card saying, okay, yeah, I know it's time to leave. And at a deep level, you feel this, and I'm really distracted because there's another owl. So we've got owls on both cards. Isn't that amazing? So we've got a daytime owl and we've got a nighttime owl. That's so funny. I don't think I've ever noticed the owl on that card before. So really looking at this feminine wisdom, the intuition, the knowing. It's okay. You can fall into the deep support of this energy, connecting with this energy, talking with this person, or, even talking to the guide if that's who it is for you. Feeling the presence of that energy and the support. On the outside, it just doesn't feel like there's anyone or anything there for you. But there is this very strong presence that is going to help open doors, help smooth this process over. Water is a very smooth element, right? Compared to the spikiness of fire, that conflict. It's a smooth element. So this means is when you get yourself into the flow, into the connection, everything is just going to easily flow out of there, and you're going to have all of the answers fall into place. And you're going to have the paths fall into place. And I believe you will see that there's going to be more than one possible path. These two, so there's going to be at least two options for you. Also, really kind of drawn to this idea that you could go different routes through this maze of lily pads, and you're still going to have this figure here for you. So you don't need the pressure of feeling like you don't need to succumb to the pressure of feeling like there's only one path. Again, we're looking at this drama card saying, ah, I have to find that one that's going to work. No, you need to be open to finding a couple different ones that are going to work, and be open to believing that a couple will work. Because in this, I can't find it. This 10 of Wands, 10 is also a 1. There's a single-mindedness with the number 1, right? One direction, one focus, univision. So it wants to only look at one way out or one way in. But the truth of the matter is there are multiples. There are definitely more than one way in. There's more than one way out. And she's going to help you, whichever one you choose. And there's something else in here. Okay, we've got the lotuses coming out, and we've got turtles in the background. This is really going to be a very peaceful and joyful process. The process of leaving, the process of departing. If you can align with and tap into this energy, she is assuring you it is going to be easy, it's going to be fun, it's going to be good. All right? There's really nothing to get upset about, unless you want to, which is totally fine. But if you can start to entertain the idea of confidence that this could be a very easy process, then it really will flow a lot easier, flow a lot faster. All right, Capricorn, thanks so much for sharing your time and energy with me. If you find yourself in this kind of transitional state, I would love to hear about it in the comments below. Or if you have something else completely to say, that's totally welcome as well. If you would like to learn more about me and what I do and how I can help you, please check out the description below. There is more information for you there. I look forward to seeing you next time, Capricorn. Have a good one.